it going, everyone? The Cobra Kai Studio. I am your host, Daniel-san, and this is our fan questions. This is going to be part 1 of part 2 because we had quite a bit of comments to go over from not just this video, but another video, the one that we did about the update. There's a lot of comments I want to go over on that too because I want to share your ideas and opinions that you all commented in that video as well. So we'll start off with Fabio. Man, I love Robbie. I was really excited to see him and Miguel in the same time. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but maybe just in the same fight. Maybe that's what you're referring to. Yeah, because if so, yeah, that was really badass to see them actually in a real fight, as well as we got to see them in a, tournament setting style fight in season 1, when they did the All Valley Karate tournament fight. So it was kind of interesting to get to see them fight in 2 different styles. But if that's not what you're talking about, feel free to comment and let me know what you're exactly talking about. And thanks for commenting. I see that you're a new commenter, and I appreciate it. On to the next one from Lisa. I think Miguel will find out about Robbie's mom dying, and they will become more closer friends. I don't know. I guess it depends on what Miguel's mentality is coming out of a coma, healing from the hospital. Because, deep down inside, he's going to know that Robbie did this to him, And how is he going to react because of that? Will he sympathize with Robbie if his mom dies? I feel like Miguel would. I kind of feel like he would. But I think there's still going to always be some kind of, I don't know if you want to call it a grudge between Miguel and Robbie. But I think there's going to be something between them that always is kind of counterintuitive to each other. And might cause some kind of issues moving forward with them never wanting to be in some kind of a friendship, Now, I want to know your opinion. Do you ever think that Robbie and Miguel will ever be friends in any kind of way? If you do, feel free to let me know how you think they might become friends, and if you think they will or not. Me personally, I'm kind of on the fence about, I don't think that they will become friends, at least not this season. I don't think that's something we'll see in season 3. Now, I don't know if they'll ever fight again, like in a real fight, like how they did at the school fight. I don't know if we'll ever get to that point again, especially because I don't know if Robbie's ever going to want to get in that kind of trouble again, And I feel it's going to be a great season for character development across the board. And I feel like we're going to get a lot of new insights to these characters. Obviously we're getting a backstory to Sam and Tori. That's going to be a lot of news and information that we're going to get to go over, which I'm excited for that. I'm definitely already preparing for a video to talk about that when we get to season 3 being released. Also, don't believe the rumors that season 3 is not coming out on January 8th. It is coming out on January 8th. Yes, there was some kind of slip-ups on Netflix's part on showing January 1st, and then there was one that showed December of the year 5000, so obviously that's not something to really worry about, and I don't want any of y'all thinking that that's something that'll happen. But on to the next one from C19. The writers know what they're doing. Saying Silver has been in South America, to me, that's a dead giveaway. They're trying to throw us off. C19, that is a very big possibility. The way these writers have thrown in so many things in the show, I guarantee you there's things that all of us have missed that are so subtle, maybe they're not even clear. Maybe they're like a fuzzy image in the background of a scene that we didn't pick up on that was put there on purpose. They're so brilliant, and I could see them doing that. I mean, I bet you there's something that none of us have picked up on yet that's still in season 1 or season 2. And if so, makes you wonder, we got to really pay attention to season 3 because I guarantee you there's going to be some subtle hints here and there. There's going to be little Easter eggs hidden throughout the season that we're not going to pick up on right away. And, that's one great thing about these writers is that they know how to build an amazing story and they know how to tell it in the most brilliant way. And the actors themselves portrayed this story perfectly, On to the next one from Aaron. Did you think that Daniel will give Dimitri a car on his birthday like Mr. Miyagi gave Daniel a car in Karate Kid Part 1? I don't think he would, Dimitri. I don't know. Okay, but let's just speculate, Aaron, that moving forward into season 3, that Daniel and Dimitri get close. Like really close. He starts becoming basically the next Robbie and starts training really hard with Daniel. Then maybe. But if he doesn't, and he's just another, student training like the rest of the students in Miyagi-Do, when and if Miyagi-Do becomes a thing in season 3 again, then no, I don't think he would. That's just kind of my input on it. Now, if you all have a different idea about that, feel free to let me know. I love that we don't always agree, because when we don't agree, you all provide an input and an insight to your own opinion that sometimes changes my mind and opinion, which I think is badass. It's nice to have my own opinion coming into a video, and then we sit down, enjoy the video, talk, chat, and you let me know your opinions and insights, which sometimes opens my mind to a different way of thinking about what I, answered and how I answered it. So always feel free to disagree. If you don't agree with me, let me know. It's not going to hurt my feelings. We're a badass community that gets along. We're growing together, and we enjoy these, shows and talk about it together, so never feel like you can't comment something just because it's not agreeing with me, No one ever always agrees. That's the way of life. On to the next one from Ozair. Let's just pray he gets out of jail and Sam make it up to him after kissing Miguel. I'm sure that Robbie is going to get out of jail. Now, I'm not one that thinks he's going to break out of jail, although I do like the ideas and theories that people have speculated about it, because they do come up with some really brilliant ways of explaining it. I just don't think that's what we're going to see in the show. I think he will either be posted bail or he'll get released, whatever, on community service, whatever be the case. But I do feel he is going to be released in Season 3, nonetheless. Now, him and Sam making up, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure Miguel and Sam will be a thing again, maybe. But I also have a high anticipation that Miguel and Tori might make up and still be a couple. That is a very big possibility. I don't know that it's something we'll see, but it is possible, Now, obviously, you all know I'm more Team Tori, Team Miguel. But as far as the story goes, Team Sam and Team Miguel makes a lot more sense. And it was a lot more natural of a connection between the two. There's like more of a spark between them. So that's just kind of my opinion on it. On to the next one from Quiet Lightning. Let me think about this. As I understand it, rogue means like a samurai, ninja, warrior, operate without a master, lone wolf, operative. I think Daniel really loves Robbie, and he will be inclined much the same way that Johnny's inclined with Miguel. I kind of think deep down Daniel really feels no connection to his son Anthony, not now at least. So I don't think that Robbie is going to be without a master sensei. I don't think he will self-teach and act alone. I think that if anything, Daniel would take him on and teach him at some point after all is said and done. Robbie might hop around from dojo to dojo, but I see him ultimately coming back to Daniel at the end of the day. Rogue temporary. Perhaps in my opinion, of course. Thank you for your consideration, and I hope you are continuing to feel better, and please stay safe and stay golden. All that good stuff. I trust you are very smart, really very smart, and that you have a situation under control. You are brave and all that. I think of a question. I had one I was thinking before. Thanks, bro. Blessings. Quiet Lightning. Of course, man. Okay, so I do agree with you that I don't think he'll always be rogue. I don't think that's something that he's going to continue throughout the whole season. I just had this, I just have a feeling that at the beginning of Season 3, that he's going to kind of be on his own for a minute, Now, I don't honestly think that that's going to be the whole, story of Robbie. He's going to be this rogue lone warrior all by himself. I do actually agree with you that he might make his way back to being trained by Daniel. But I also feel that there's the big possibility that Krees might corrupt him and take him to the dark side, as you would say. So it's kind of like a toss of the coin there. And also, I am doing pretty good, man. I'm feeling a lot better. I do have to say that I got to change up how I do these videos, because due to my work, we had people quit because of this pandemic, and now I'm going to be working a lot more hours and later into the day, so I'm going to have to film videos way earlier in the day, and therefore I might have to post them earlier too, because unless you all are fine with super late uploads like tonight, I'm not getting off till, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow starts my 9 o'clock, and this is, most likely when this is going to go up is tomorrow. So if you're seeing this now, this is probably the day I had to get off at 9 o'clock, so it's going to be like a really late upload, like 10:30, 11 o'clock my time, which, people on the East Coast, it's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning. People on the West Coast won't be so bad. But, let me know your feedback on what times you prefer, because if you want them earlier in the day, I have time at work where I could take a break and premiere it, during that point of time for these, premiere videos. Now, the ones that I don't premiere, it's fine. I can post them at any time. I can, respond to your comments when we get there, etc., yada, yada. But, yeah, just like this video. This video I'm having to make a part 2 of, because there's just so much I wanted to go over from not only the fan question video, but like I said, the video about the update, where there was quite a bit of amazing responses you all had of what you think is going to actually happen moving forward into Season 3, confirming the John Hurwitz Twitter, not Twitch, post that he shared in the Q&A. On to the next one from Aaron. Do you think that Mike Barnes will tell Daniel he is sorry for bullying him? I don't. That's more of a pussy move for Mike Barnes, and I don't think he'll do that. No, I didn't say it like that, because it's the perfect moment to say it like that. But, I don't, Aaron. I don't think Mike Barnes will apologize to Daniel. And I don't think that he'll be friends with Daniel either. I think that Mike Barnes and Daniel are never going to be on good terms. Just my opinion, my speculation. Could change. Could not even happen. I don't know. But that's just my opinion on it. On to the next one from Roy. Yeah, the murder route would be a serious escalation, but Miyagi did kill in the war, so I don't know. You know, that's true. I feel the same. It's like, I don't think they'll go anywhere along the whole murder route. You know, at least not for this season. And I don't know if they ever will be, to be honest. It just seems like something I don't see them doing in the show. Now, that's not to say it won't happen, but I don't think that something will happen. Maybe you feel different. You know, let me know. And also, anyone that don't get to your comment today, like I said, this is only part 1. If it's not in this video, it's in tomorrow's, which will technically be the next day, since I don't think I'll get this one posted tonight. But anyways, beyond the point, on to the next one from C19. I'd like to throw this out there. Cobra Kai Dojo just did a video on why they think Silver is Miguel's dad. I would like to poke a lot of holes in that theory, not to upset anyone or the dojo, just doesn't add up to me. Here's why. Now, this is in the script, not really, but Silver is supposed to be a war buddy of Krees. The most recent war is obviously Vietnam, which ended in 1975, so Silver would have had to have been at least 18 in 75. But I feel like him and Krees had spent more time together, but we go with the 18, that would make him around 26, 27 in 84, 85. Miguel was born in 2002, that would make him 46, 47. Not saying it's not possible, but this also means that Carmen was sleeping with a man close to her mom's age. I'm not saying that isn't possible either, because she obviously likes older men, because Johnny is at least 17 years older than her. But that's just a big difference, just something to think about. It really is, C19. And I do understand where you're coming from. You know, it's like, the age gap difference is really huge. And that's also where I liked Bonsai Kai Dojo's video they did recently, where they talk about the possibility of Terry Silver being actually Tori's grandfather. You know, the age differences would match up better if that was the case. It would also match up better if they were to say that Miguel's, you know, grandfather is Terry Silver as well. You know, that's something I do honestly see being a slight possibility, you know, because the age matchup would make more sense in that sense. On to the next one from Lisa. My theory of the last scene in Season 3, I kind of pushed this theory back because I wanted to focus on other theories on Cobra Kai, but then right around the same time, I had first found Cobra Kai Studios channel, and I thought it was a cool channel, so I talked to him in the premiere, and next thing, I'm part of the Cobra Kai community. Yep, everyone is. That's for damn sure. Anyways, so where would I lost my place. Because before I started watching Cobra Kai Studio, I actually watched some other Cobra Kai YouTubers like Bonsai Kai Dojo. But the point is, I think the last part of Season 3 will be Daniel, Johnny, and maybe Miguel and Robbie. And it might be, maybe John Krees. But it might be Mike Barnes and Terry Silvers as well. But if not, that's fine. But I'll be seeing them fighting Krees in Okinawa or the All Valley. But it was really different to be somewhere else, as like, I don't have much about the valley or hills, stuff like that. That is most definitely probably going to be in Okinawa, but then again, will Johnny go and move on and go to Okinawa? There'll be a cliff, and Krees will be hanging on for dear life, and he apologizes for everything that he did to Johnny, for everything he's done in period, and maybe that's how he dies. You know, that's an interesting theory and idea, Lisa. It is actually kind of possible. I don't know if that they'll go to Okinawa for that to happen, though. But it is possible we could see something along those lines play out, I guess, with Krees. On to the next one from Quiet Lightning. Here's a simple question I think we've touched on before, but if you're up to it, here it goes. How would you like to see John D. Luncey appear in Cobra Kai? At some point playing a role, perhaps mostly positive role, much in the way Q did in the Star Trek universe. Doing something amazing, perhaps. Would you like to see John D. Lawrence in Cobra Kai? I wouldn't like to see him play who he played in Breaking Bad, Jane's father, because that person was not necessarily a bad person to begin with. He was just caught up in a horrible nightmare fact of losing his daughter to heroin overdose. I don't quite remember how it went, but it was something like a plane crash caused because he was broken. Because it was broken. Anyways, just something I've been thinking about, and I like the song that played in the Breaking Bad. I keep messing it up by the Outlaws, Green Grass and High Tides Forever. I always mix it up for some reason. It's like a mental mix-up. Well, I'd like that song still to accompany Q2. Thanks for consideration and kind blessings to yours and you. As always, Quiet Lightning. And for sure, man, it's not really a repeat question, bro. But, you know, I wouldn't mind it because we do need some new characters and new faces in the show. So I honestly wouldn't mind that. It would be kind of interesting to bring someone else on. But I don't know much about the person that plays him. And I don't know too much about Breaking Bad, yes, I know. I'm not one that got really into that show. At that time period, I got into The Walking Dead for a little bit, and then I just, got out of it because the show kind of changed a lot, and I don't know. It was okay for a couple seasons, but Breaking Bad's still one of those shows that I gotta watch. I haven't really watched it. I know. I haven't watched it. But anyways, on to the next one from T-Girl. Hearing you mention about Silver possibly being Miguel's father makes me think about my theory from the other week. The one about Miguel being trained by Silver. That would make even more sense if he were Miguel's father. If Krees dies, Silver would be perfect to take his place from Season 4 onwards. That would also add an extra component to the cross-generation rivalry, the kids being caught up in their parents' rivalries. You'd have Johnny and Robbie, Daniel and Sam, Miguel and Terry Silver. Silver hates Daniel's students hurt his son, etc. And if that happens, maybe he will again blackmail Daniel into fighting Mike Barnes. Yeah, exactly. It is. I don't want to rule the whole Miguel being Terry Silver's son out, but I also kind of feel like he's possibly, if for any reason was related to Silver, that he'd be his grandson. Because the way that Bonsai Kai Dojo and Guest Sensei and Sensei explained Tori being the possible granddaughter of Terry Silver, it would make sense for Miguel too, in my opinion. So, I don't know that I'd say he's his father. I really don't. I don't think I could come to the conclusion anymore that Miguel's father is Terry Silver. But, think about it. If Terry Silver is his grandfather, and whoever Miguel's dad is could have possibly learned all these, horrible bad things from his father, aka Terry Silver, it could kind of play out, in my opinion. I wouldn't say for sure, but it's a possibility. On to the next one from Aaron. If Terry Silver and Mike Barnes come back, would you like to see a backstory on what happened to them after that? Oh, yes. Hell yeah. After the All-Valley Karate Tournament? Yes, I would, Aaron, for sure. I think if they do come back, which I'm pretty sure, we can say when they come back, I think they should include a backstory, or at least flashbacks to things that happened between now and when they, left off in Karate Kid Part 3. I think that's something that we really should see. Is it something we will see? I don't know, but I do think it's something that we should see. On to the next one from Lisa. Hey, Daniel, just a badass. I've got an amazing theory. I won't be surprised if Terry Silver is friends or frenemies with Johnny's stepdad and has something to do with the mix of everything, and that's a part of why his stepdad treated him so bad. Like I said, just sort of a random theory, but it wasn't really my most recent theories, our usual random. This one was just a little bit more realistic. Stay badass. I like that one, Lisa. That one's actually a really good possible theory. Who's to say Sid and Terry Silver don't know each other, Sid's a very wealthy man. Terry Silver's wealthy. Now, not just because they're rich or have money don't mean that they're friends, but it could possibly be a thing, I won't say it's not. That's all I'll say is I won't say it's not a possibility. On to the next one from Tom. Before the carnage of the school fight in the last episode of Karate Kid 2 when Robbie was with Johnny in the car, he said about how Miyagi-Do karate had helped him so much. I think Robbie will reflect and limit over things, but goes total dark side maybe not. I'm like on the same side there, Tom. Like, maybe he'll go dark and maybe he won't. I guess it's gonna depend really on his headspace, what he thinks about when he's locked up, everything like that. Does his dad come to visit him? Does his dad pay him no attention? I think it's gonna play a huge role in that, what Robbie ends up turning out to be. And for good reason, obviously. Now, what we actually see moving forward with Robbie is gonna be kind of I don't know. I feel like he might be dark for a little bit and kind of go, like, in a sense, like rogue, like I said, and then kind of make his way back to Daniel, maybe. Now, maybe he'll end up in Cobra Kai with Krees teaching and Silver, possibly. I don't know. But I don't know. It's one of those things I can't really answer. Oh, nobody can, because we don't know what's going to happen in Season 3. But it's fun to speculate about, nonetheless. On to the next one from Aaron. What if John Krees and Terry Silver is mad at Mike Barnes for losing the All-Valley Karate Tournament in Karate Kid Part 3? It could be possible. You've seen how John did Johnny for losing, so it could be possible. Maybe John Krees and Terry Silver are not on good terms with Mike Barnes. And if they're not, that could be very interesting for the show, because what if Mike Barnes and Johnny are on good terms? There's a lot of speculation that they're friends behind the scenes that we just haven't seen yet. And if that's the case, what can that provide for Season 3 for us, Or whenever Mike Barnes, make his return, if he does. On to the next one from Aaron. Do you think that Terry Silver opened a karate dojo in South America? Yeah, kind of. If the whole story of him going to South America is true, and how big he was into martial arts and stuff, I do speculate that he at least opened a dojo. Now, I don't know if it was Cobra Kai, But I do speculate that he would have opened a dojo none the least. That's my opinion. On to the next one from Christopher. Yep, Krees will go against what he has been preaching. He will show mercy for something and be redeemed for it before he dies. My guess is protecting someone, namely Johnny, when Miguel's dad and his crew catch up to Miguel. Johnny tries to protect Miguel. Krees then steps in to protect Johnny. Since Johnny is outnumbered, Krees may have did what he did to Johnny, but in his own way cares for Johnny. Remember, Carmen has been on the run from Miguel's dad and is in hiding from him. Very nice comment, Christopher, and yes, that is very, very possible. I fully agree with your comment that it is possible Krees could show mercy, and I think that if given the opportunity or put in this situation, I do think Krees might take Johnny's side and stick up for him and maybe put his own life on the line, And you're right, Carmen is on the run from Miguel's dad and is hiding from him, so that's very interesting. That could play a huge role into something happening moving forward into Season 3, On to the next comment from Aaron. Do you think that Terry Silver is in prison for dumping waste? No, I know he possibly got sued or whatever, but I don't think they would have him in prison, in my opinion, just because I feel like he's too important for the show. I feel like he's just too important for the show to moving forward. Now, maybe that could be why he hasn't been present. They could play that off as, he's been in prison for whatever, be the case, and that's something that they just, kind of throw on us at some point. But I feel like that would be kind of another lazy writing situation, and I don't think that's something they will do. But just my opinion. If you have any other ideas or speculations, feel free to let me know, because I love the interaction between us as a community. On to the next one from Lisa. And also, with that, what's his name? I can't pronounce it right, but basically the one who does the Cobra Kai stories, is Yasmin Evil. In one of his videos, he talked about how Miguel and Robbie, there will be a scene in the well. Well, we'll watch Rocky 3 or 4. I forgot which one, but my favorite Rocky is going to be 3 or 4. Stay badass. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know that I've seen the video you're talking about, Lisa. So maybe re-comment on this video so I can get a better understanding of what you're talking about. Because I don't know. On to the next one from Nick. 1 month left. Can't wait till January and the new trailer. I want to see Allie stay badass. Hell yeah, Nick, for sure. I feel like the trailer's coming very soon. We're already on December 3rd, and it's got to be coming soon the way they speculated, So any day now, I would say prepare for the trailer, because I feel like it's going to be a very, very big possibility, that it's going to come within the week or maybe 2 weeks at the most. So be on the lookout for it, because who knows? We've seen what they did with the teaser. They dropped that little heartbeat thing, and then the very next day there was a teaser. So keep an eye on all of the casts, the creators of the show, all their Twitters, Instagrams, Facebooks, whatever, because they're probably going to post a little teaser again before they post the trailer, maybe. They might not. They might just be there one day and we're like, oh, damn, what the hell? You know what I mean? It's just be possible. To be possible, it could happen at any time. On to the next one from C19. I am seeing a lot of videos that think Johnny and Daniel are going to team up in Season 3. I think this is premature thinking. I do believe new fans want to see this happen. However, older fans know they have to get a spar or fight in. That is going to happen, and I predict that will happen in Season 3. And I stand by my previous statement that Daniel will win. I believe it will be something that distracts Johnny or causes him to lose focus, but I believed in the final fight between Johnny and Daniel will be the one that's after all the BS is behind them, and that's when Johnny will win. I liked your comment, man. That's a hell of a way of explaining why you think they're going to fight and how you think it might play out. And I do kind of agree there, I do think that Daniel might win again as their first, rematch kind of situation. I do see that possible. But overall, as, a final fight, I do agree that Johnny will probably win that one. Now, I don't know either. I'm still not sure how I feel like. I kind of feel like they could team up in Season 3. There is a lot of speculation and proof that it could possibly happen in that way. But then again, it's I don't know either. It's just one of those things that I can't say for certain how I feel about it yet. But I do feel that it is kind of possible that they might team up. I don't want them to, because I love the rivalry between them. I love their bickering and almost frenemy enemy type relationship they have, On to the next one from Vegas Boy. Sorry. Signs seem to be pointing towards Robbie going darker in Season 3 and joining Krees. However, I still think it's possible that Miguel could be the one that turns darker and more merciless by the end of the season, while Robbie goes through a temporary phase like Daniel did in The Karate Kid 3, but comes back to the light and gets redemption. I hope it happens anyways. Brilliant comment, man, and I agree. That is very possible that Robbie might not be the one that goes fully darker. He might go dark for a little bit and then make his way back to the light, as you said, and, you know, back to Daniel or whatever be the case. Maybe even to Johnny. Miguel, though, I don't know that I agree that he's going to go super dark, but it is possible. He showed mercy, and it literally bit him in the ass. So, maybe. It is actually possible, you know. So, I wouldn't rule that out. On to the next one from Bow Wow's Baby. Hey, thanks for reading my comment. When it comes to anything regarding Silver, I would not like him to be the father to any pre-existing character in Cobra Kai. I just feel that it makes the Karate Kid Cobra Kai universe seem very small. Not everyone needs to be related to someone else. Stay badass. Hey, yeah, of course, man. Anybody that comments on these videos, the fan questions specifically, will be included in a video. Now, obviously, like I explained in the beginning, this one's going to have to be split up into two because it's about an hour worth of comments to go through, so we're just going to make this two, and whatever comments we get on this video from today will be posted probably the same day as part 2. So that way it'll be 2 premieres basically that day. And yeah, of course, like I said, I always include everybody because I feel everybody's a part of this community and everybody's a part of Cobra Kai Studio. So, and then of course, I do, understand what you're saying there. It's like not everybody has to be related. We do indeed need new people coming to the show that have nothing to do with the past members of the Karate Kid or anything like that. Because you're right, it does kind of make the whole Cobra Kai universe kind of small when they do it that way. So I do kind of get your point there. And I kind of agree, it's not necessarily needed. Now, I don't know how I feel about the whole Miguel being Terry Silver's, son, grandson, or Tori being the granddaughter, daughter, whatever be the case, because it could be a possibility, so I don't rule it out. And I do like the awesome theories that people are coming up with. So it's where I'm like, I don't know how to feel exactly about it, you know what I mean? But I do understand, though. On to the next one from Cobra Kai Nation. And if you're not subscribed to him, go check him out. He makes some badass videos. We just did a collab today with Bonsai Kai Dojo, Cobra Kai Nation, Cobra Kai Fandom, as well as many other, amazing YouTubers. I have a few coming up with Cobra Kai Nation. I have some coming up with you all that are my subscribers and part of the Cobra Kai community. So, if you enjoy collaborations, go check out Cobra Kai Fandom's video that we did. It was really a fun video. I've never done a collab like that, and it was pretty badass. And also, subscribe to all of them if you're not. The links will be in my videos moving forward. And if you have a YouTube channel about Cobra Kai and want your link included, let me know and I'll include it, for sure. On to the next one from Tom Courtney. Glad you're feeling better, mate. Great videos as always. Yeah, definitely. I'm happy I'm feeling better. On to the next one from Frankie, also says the same thing. Looking forward to it, brother. So I'm talking about something that... I bet you commented before this video premiered. I get what you're saying. On to the next comment from Guest Sensei. Great video as always. Glad you're feeling better, Sensei. And I fell asleep super early and missed the premiere. Sorry, the audio sounds great. The Amanda and Johnny theory that's going around is definitely an interesting one. Also been hearing Lucille and Krees together as a theory too. Definitely 2 very interesting mixes I've never thought about before. Yeah, for sure, no worries, and especially tonight, I don't expect much people to be here because I know it's going to be late when it gets uploaded. So I don't, it is what it is. Catch it when you can. Comment it what you want. And I thank you for commenting, Guest Sensei, and I appreciate all of your help and support that you always do for me, I really do appreciate it, and I hope y'all understand, it means a lot to me, for sure. And you're right, that is some interesting theories going around, and I don't know exactly how I feel about them, it's like, maybe? Like, the Amanda and Johnny theory, I guess, could happen, but the Krees and Lucille ones really got me, puzzled, is that really a possibility, Is it a possibility that it could happen? I guess it is, I guess it is. But, we're going to end that here, everyone. As always, I want to say thank you to Bonsai Kai Dojo, and all of you that are watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as I always say, everyone, stay badass, my friends. We will see you on the next one. Have a good one.